Be still my heart.
20 years have gone by in a flash.
It feels like certain things happened just last week. And it also feels like more than 20 years, feels like 30 years.
I can't believe it's 20 years because we still laugh at the same silly jokes. We still enjoy the same silly things. We still love our movie nights. But I think the last 20 years, you have taught me to be a better person.
In some ways, it feels like I have known Michelle for my whole adult life. We first meet in uni when I went back to do my third year of English language studies. And Michelle happened to take some of the modules that I took.
When I first met Cliff, I didn't know his name for at least good 6 months.
We would eat after lessons and I would not talk and she would talk with my friends.
Because his friends kept calling him the Crypt. And it became too embarrassing for me to ask him at some point in time, I'm sorry, I didn't get your name the first few times you said it.
I didn't do it very well. I was nervous.
Cliff was so excited to propose. He actually showed me the engagement ring the night before the proposal, so I knew it was coming.
I drove around the whole of Koh Samui for a long time looking for a nice place, and it was quite late at night. She said yes, so I was quite thankful about that.
It matters not where you do the proposal, it matters who is proposing to you.
I think I realized quite early when we were dating, but I didn't ask her until we dated about 3-4 years. I feel that marriage is an important thing, and I wanted to convince Michelle and myself that it's so important that I'm willing to go slow and to make sure it's done right.
He pursued me endlessly for 6 months. Even after a first failed date, he continued to pursue me. He joined my 7 a.m. choir on a Sunday morning and was religiously there every single Sunday. He never gave up, even when I gave him the cold shoulder. He was part of every single group work that he could do with me when we were at NUS. And 6 months later, I figured I have to say yes to going out to this guy, because if I didn't give him a chance, I wouldn't give myself the best chance and the best bet that I made in my entire life.
He cares about me more than I care about myself. Make me a better person.
He's my gentle giant. He does everything that he can to make me happy. And if that doesn't deserve my love for a lifetime, I can't imagine what will.
Thank you, and I love you very much.
Thank you for the last 20 years. And I know that the next 20, 30, 40 will be just as crazy, silly, and wonderful as the first 20.
Between us, it doesn't take a genius to read between the lines. And it's not just wishful thinking or only me who's dreaming. I know what these are symptoms of. We could be in love. Oh, it doesn't take a genius to know what these are symptoms of. We could be, we could be in love. We could be in love.
Marriage is spending your whole life with your best friend.
Is being willing to spend one's life with someone and being able to know that you can always count on them to have your back and to back you up even when you're not in the right.
Family to me means that you spend time with the people you are directly related to, and you just pitch in to the unit whenever you feel like, and even when you don't.
Having a group of people who are always around you and who care about you, you always have your back.
Just do whatever you can to spend time with or help or have any positive impact. But I think I love playing with Mama and Dada the most. I have many memories about like how to transform my first transformer that Dada bought me, which was Optimus Prime, and every time I had the toy and I wanted to transform it to the truck, I would just give it to him and then it will come back to me as a truck.
I believe my fondest memories from childhood were being woken up every morning by Mama. She would just climb up the ladder because it was a double-decker bed and I was on top. She would just try waking me up until I was awake, and I really didn't want to wake up. It was just really nice having someone to rely on to wake me up every morning.
Ironically, my most memorable holiday is the one that I remember the least about. I went to Bangkok with Mama and Dada when I was really small, I think 3+, and I only remember 4 things. I remember that people were using the word tuk-tuk a lot. I remember that I got 2 identical rubber squids that were pink in color and they could like squirt water. I remember that I bathed in a beige shower stall that was very well lit. And I remember that we went to an aquarium with a very big squid, and it seemed like the squid took up the whole of the aquarium.
My most memorable holiday was to Sydney in 2018, and we had a 4-hour+ car ride through the Blue Mountains to our hotel. And I really enjoyed that car ride. Lucas and I annoyed Mama and Dada to no end singing. And the hotel was nice as well. The scariest thing I had to do for holiday was when I went to New Zealand. Lucas, Mama and I went on this ride called the Swoop. We were lifted quite high by a crane. And then one of us had to pull the release. And I tried not to appear scared, but I really was. Mama was able to see that and she comforted me. And then she was the one who pulled the lever to start the ride.
In 2018, we went to New Zealand, and Mama had Isaac, me and her walk on the top of the Sky Tower in New Zealand. So it was like super high in the air, and we all felt like we were gonna fall, and the wind was blowing in our faces. And we all thought, why is Mama making us do this? And she said it was a good experience.
I think the most important lesson I've learned from Mama is attention to detail. When I do things, I'm not really caring about the little things. It just helps me focus on the small things so I don't make those little mistakes that pop up everywhere.
Mama has taught me how to meaningfully spend time with people. When you spend time with them, you have to actively engage them in conversation or in an activity. And just sitting in their presence is not enough to make them feel that you're there with them. One of the most important life lessons Dada has taught me is not to open the door while he's parking the car. When I was about 4 or 5, we lived in an apartment and he had to park the car in the car park. And while he was reversing into the lot, I opened the door. He got upset and he told me, Lucas, don't do that. When I was very small, I opened the door when my dad was driving and I fell out of the car and I got scripts on my knees. So from then on, I was too scared to ever open the door while he was parking the car again.
The most important lesson Dada has taught me is more haste, less speed, because when I do things, I rush very much. And that helps me just slow down a little bit and pause to think about what I'm doing.
To my sons, Lucas and Isaac, leave the world a better place than you found it. If you have to be good or be great, it's better to be good than to be great.
Lucas and Isaac, is a big thank you from me to you both for being such wonderful children, wonderful companions. I see you as my equals.
Aim to be happy. You can be happy when you are more generous to people than you are to yourself.
And I love you for loving me because of my faults and seeing my faults as my strengths.
When you love properly and have good friends.
Thank you for being my listening ear, and thank you for being there when I didn't know that I needed someone. I love you guys, always and forever.
Yes, thanks for always scolding me. It helps a lot.
Hi Dada, I remember that when I was very small, you told me that you get me the very big radio control Roboraptor. I still remember.
Thanks for bearing with my annoying questions.
Why did I want to do this interview? Okay, yes.